welcome back to episode 2 of FC Hippo, a football manager's story. We left off with the results against Dorking, where we had a 1-1 draw. Since then, it's been a good run of fixtures. We had some really good results. We drew 2-2 away to Dulwich, which I felt was decent given the circumstances of that game. And then we went on a win streak of 3 games. Eastbourne Borough 1-0, Welland 2-1, and then Braintree 1-0. One of these games, there was an absolute cracker scored, and I can't remember which one, but there was an absolute belter scored by, I believe it was Sese. But today, we're going into the game against Weymouth. Take a quick look at the tactics, because I did tweak it just a smidge. It wasn't too drastic. As soon as it decides to load in, pardon my terrible hardware. Yeah, tactics have been tweaked just a little bit. Formation's still the same, but the instructions for the formation have been tweaked. I think I might just do a little jump cut here to when it loads in. Okay, here we go. Loaded in. Lineup's pretty much the same. Considering dropping Jim Bob, he hasn't been playing too great with the past few fixtures, but lineup's pretty much the same. In possession, we're gonna play shorter passing. We're gonna shoot on sight because we weren't taking enough shots before. Well, we were taking enough shots, but there were times where we should have been shooting and weren't. So shoot on sight's the thing now, and it's worked out beautifully for this team. We're gonna take short kicks, distribute it to flank, and then we're gonna, instead of pressing, we're gonna regroup and then counter to try and help to leak less goals. Defensively, I think pretty much the same, but we also switched it from positive to attacking, just to get a little more lethality out of the front three there. So yeah, that's the tactic going forward. Again, might still change. I'm not entirely sure as to when or why that would happen, but it could potentially happen. Anywho, we have to go into this game against Braintree. No, is it Braintree? No, it's not Braintree. Play Braintree last. Against Weymouth, who are in 13th in the league. Oh, I didn't show you the table. Dirt. The table is looking like this. We find ourselves sitting in 3rd place after 5 games played. 3 wins, 2 draws, no losses. Goal difference of 3, 11 points. We're only behind 2nd place Slough Town on goal difference, and then we're behind Bath by 1 point, who are sitting at the top of the pile at the moment. Bottom 2, Eastbourne Borough and Braintree, haven't been particularly good in the first 5 fixtures. Oxford City, not too much better, neither St. Albans or Tonbridge. So we're doing okay. We're doing very okay by the standards we set at the beginning of the season. So, like I said, unchanged lineup: Loki Doki in goal, Sonny Gosney at right back, Tabanya Mitic and Wes Parker in central defence, Ben Cole at left back, Tom Nee holding down the midfield, Leonardo Ramirez on the right, Jamie Stapley on the left, Samuel Sese through the middle in that attacking midfield role, Johnny Jim Bob as our deep line forward, and Lanry Balogan as our advanced forward. The bench: Carl Rodriguez, Elliot Brazil, Grant Tallboys, Oliver Hayes, and Francis Alexander. As far as the Pep Talk will go, passionately gonna tell him, keep our run going. Nothing else. Just, I'm gonna hand that over to my assistant coach, and that will be that. Kicking things off will be Weymouth, going all the way back to their goalkeeper Wood, and it doesn't look like much is going to come from this first highlight, as is indeed the case. Bailey playing with a slight injury. I don't know if he picked that up early in the game or if he came into the game with that. So we've already had a shot. that's good. Possession's not quite falling for us at the moment, so I might end up switching to play more direct. That being said, it's even now. No highlights 15 minutes into the game, so that's interesting. Possession flip-flopping between being even and slightly more to one side. Weymouth struggling offensively. They haven't had a shot yet. Tomney's been booked. Yes, he has. Finally, a highlight, though. It's come for Weymouth into McCarthy, into McCold, back to McCarthy, out wide. Cole intercepts, into knee, back to Cole. Launch forward for Jimbar. Balogun steals and has a lot of space to run into. Out wide to Ramirez, who tries to shoot, but the shot is blocked, and that is the end of the highlight. So, apparently that wasn't a shot. The game didn't count it as a shot. I thought it was. But, oh dear, Weymouth with a great through ball for Anthony, and Weymouth find themselves 1-0 up at the Affinity Stadium. Not the start that we wanted. That's their first shot, and it's going in. So, I don't really know what to do about that, honestly. It was just a good set piece. They found the space, and they punished us for it. Another highlight for Weymouth. Anthony Bailey on it. Out wide to Baggy. Ramirez does well to stop him. Tries to launch it forward. It finds its way to Cisse, who tries to play across the field but intercepted by McCold, who finds Anthony again. This time Doki makes a save, makes a double save, and it will be cleared. And Weymouth now starting to take control of this game in terms of the shots. Great switch from Jim Bob into Ramirez, who beats his man, crosses it in, and it's dealt with, but it finds its way to Stapley, into knee, out wide to Cole. What's he going to do with it? Into Sesse, back to Cole, back to Sesse, into Stapley, into Balogun. Balogun shoots, and a good save by Wood. It will be a FC Hippo corner. Sesse to whip it in. Easily dealt with by the Weymouth defense. And something's just not clicking right now for FC Hippo, and I don't quite know what it is. So that's a little unfortunate. And Wes Parker, unfortunately, finds himself in the book, which isn't great. And we're approaching halftime, so something needs to change. Do I know what? We struggle for possession and poor conversion of final third entries into shots, which is concerning. It's a little concerning. We're gonna assertively say I expect to see much better. Can we really make any changes though? Ramirez isn't having a great game, so we're gonna bring what's his face onto the field. Who's my other right mid? It's not Oliver Hayes. It's Grant Tallboys. We're gonna bring Grant Tallboys on for Ramirez. That's probably the only change we're gonna make at halftime. I see Sesse is not playing too great, but we're gonna leave it for now. A lot of the team's not playing too great, actually. Particularly Gosney. So we'll keep an eye on that, but that's what we're going to do from now, going into the second half. Hopefully, we're going to turn this game around. If not, first loss of the season. Not too big of an issue at this stage, considering that we have had such a good start. But we don't want to fall into losing ways, though. So that's going to be a bit of a concern if we do manage to lose this game. Team instructions, we're gonna play a bit more direct. Other than that, we're gonna pretty much leave it the way it is. I did see a little point from my assistant as Weymouth get a highlight. Hopefully they don't score off of it. Parker wins the ball. Mitic clears, only as far as Baggy. Jim Bob now on the counter. What's he gonna do with it? He finds Stapley. He pings it across the Tall Boys. Lovely ball. What's Tall Boys gonna do if he loses out? But Mitic tries to play it through to Balogan. We still have it. It's through to Jim Bob. Jim Bob has a strike, and Wood with another good save, keeping FC Hippo at bay. Something's not clicking, and I don't. He's anxious. I think no. We're gonna have to change this. I'm gonna put Oliver Hayes there, because I don't want to have an anxious player. I probably could have just used the sideline instruction thing, but just gonna sub him off. It's not playing great, so neither is Sese, which is like, this is weird. It's like I'm on camera now, and the team doesn't want to perform. So it's like that sometimes. I mean, truthfully, Ben Cole with a good clearance, got some distance on it. That being said, though, we can't even keep the ball. Williams now into Anthony, back to McCarthy, who has a second shot, but Doki tips it over for a Weymouth corner. Baggy to whip it into the box. Mitic clears, and I believe that's the end of the highlight. We are running a bit low on time. I'm going to take Gosney off. Gosney's going to be our final substitution. Going to bring on Elliot Brazil. No, he's not a right back, but he's going to have to play there today. We've just been outclassed by this team, truthfully. We're going to go back to playing shorter passing. In hindsight, look, we probably should have pressed this team, because I think regrouping is allowing them a little too much space to sort of figure out. Oh, Jesus. Whew, thank you, Ben Cole. Like I was saying before, I was really interrupted. I think regrouping gave them a little too much space to, like, see, like, right now, they have a lot of space to work with when we're not pressing. So, it's not going great for us today. That being said, still time. We could still equalize, as long as we don't let them score a second. Whoa! Anthony almost squeezed one into the far post there. I need to do something. Demand more. I need to do something. I need something to happen. Weymouth free kick. Cleared, kinda, sorta, into McCarthy, back across. Stapley finally puts it clear. Just want to see what effect that Team Talk had. The focused. Baggy on the ball for Weymouth. McCold. Cole clears into Balogan. Into Oliver Hayes now. Who had an option better than Stapley to slip through. But he does find Stapley, who can't do anything with the ball. And the highlight. We've had opportunities to try and punish them, and we haven't taken them, which is a bit disappointing. Sese with a corner, though, into Oliver Hayes, cleared by Weymouth. Elliot Brazil now into Oliver Hayes, and it's a free kick because he was offside, of course. It's just not going right today. It's one of those days. You know, we had a good 5 games, had a good opening 5 games, and we were due for a loss eventually. And, you know, you hate to see it, but that looks like it's going to be the way it is. Knee into Tall Boys, spreads it wide to Oliver Hayes, who beats his man, sort of. Going to look to put in a cross into Balogan, who puts it over the bar. It's a goal kick. Wellstone's clapping Chelmsford, though. Holy shit. 6-2. That's insane. That's a ridiculous scoreline. But that's gonna look like it's all she wrote in this one. Doki's gonna look to put it as far up the field as he can. Intercepted. Now it's with Baggy. Into McCarthy. Into Robertson. Into Anthony. Back to Baggy. What's he gonna do with it? Into Robinson, who has a shot. McCarthy shoots, and Loki with a mistake. Didn't quite get enough on it. 2-0 to Weymouth. Right at the death. That's gonna be it. Blow your whistle, ref. It's over. Tall boys into Hayes. And that final whistle has gone. A disappointing defeat to Weymouth there. We should have done a lot better than we did. So, aggressively, not happy with the result. That was a terrible result. And Tall Boys didn't like that very much. But it's true. We were at home. We were on a good run of form. And for some reason, couldn't get the job done against Weymouth today. That loss leaves us in 7th in the league table, which is still so much better than we should be doing, according to the media and all that. Pretty boring results, except for that 6-2 thrashing Weldstone gave Chelmsford. So, with that being done, have a look at the schedule. So we will be back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will be back away for St. Albans. And we might play the FA Cup second qualifying round. I haven't really decided yet. I might not, because one, we're not really expected to do anything in that competition. And two, I'm more focused on the league right now. So, we're definitely gonna come back for the St. Albans game, though. That's for sure. Anywho, you guys enjoyed today's episode of FC Hippo Football Manager Story. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell for notifications, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the potential of this series. Where do you think we can end up as a club, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.